School in Randolph, New Jersey. For Pope John Lions Boys Lacrosse, Mike Formisano along with you. Calling today's game as the Pope John Lions lead the Randolph Rams 10-3 as we start the second half. Mikey Ramirez with the pass to Jack Colucci. Over to Sam Canetta as we start to feel the raindrops here. And we are starting to have more of an influence of the lights as the sun's setting. Friday Night Lights, lacrosse style, and the Lions lead 10-3 as we start the second half. 4 goals by Travis Heller, 2 by Sam Canetta, and a goal each for Mikey Ramirez, Peyton Fox, Jack Colucci, and Brody Pillock. Lions in their white uniforms, white jerseys, gold numbers, blue Pope John across the front, blue shorts, the golden domes, golden helmets. Pass by Canetta to Fox. It rolls towards the back line. He saves it. Nope, goes out of bounds, and Randolph will take over. Randolph in the blue uniforms with white trim and blue helmets, and they are going left to right. 2 goals by Vincent Tallman in the first half for Randolph, and then Elliot McClendon with a goal. So there's your scoring. Shots on goal, 22-7 in favor of Pope John. Ball knocked loose by Heller, and it's taken over by Ramirez. Here's Mikey Ramirez. Pass to Canetta. The Lions 9-1 in the season, 3-0 in the NJILL Waterman Division. Turnover by Pope John, and so it'll be Randolph ball. Randolph 0-6, 0-3 in the NJILL Waterman Division. Ramirez trying to knock it loose. You can get penalized for that. A little too aggressive there on Manolis. Santoro now with it. Pass over to 29. That's Cole Miller. Now McClendon. The whistle by the referee as the flag is on the turf. They're going to call Mikey Ramirez for the hold. So a penalty against Pope John. It'll be Randolph ball. 10:31 to go, just underway here in the second half. Pope John with a 10-3 lead on Randolph. Mike Formisano along with you. Calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We are at Randolph High School this evening for the lacrosse version of Friday Night Lights. It is the Randolph Rams on senior night hosting the Pope John Lions. Your score, the Lions 10, the Rams 3. So the Lions not being gracious guests here. Tallman with the pass over to Barnett. Now the pass down low, the shot, score! Elliot McClendon puts it to the back of the net. Pass Daniel O'Leary to make the score 10-4. So McClendon scores his second goal of the game, along with Vincent Tallman's 2 goals. And the Rams looking to hang around here and stay with Pope John and build their way back into this game. Lions will play again on Monday. They will take on Jefferson at Pope John High School, 4 p.m. We unfortunately will not be with you for that game, as we're going to be with the baseball team on Monday as it's senior night. Try and prioritize senior nights, Huntington Warren Sussex tournaments, as well as state tournaments. Here's Ramirez with the pass down low to Peyton Fox. Now to Hunter Perillo. So baseball on Monday for senior night against Chatham. Tuesday, girls lacrosse, Huntington Warren Sussex tournament. They are the 7th seed, the girls lacrosse team, and they'll play the winner of Kittatinny, number 10, and North Warren, number 15. They already defeated North Warren 13-2 earlier this season on the road. Wednesday, nothing for right now, although that could change with the baseball and softball HWS. Here's Ramirez, pass to Perillo, now to Galucci, over to Heller, down low to Fox. Pope John working it around the world. Raindrops starting to intensify. Here's a shot by Fox, saved by Petanovich. 9:20 to go here in the third quarter. Shot by Galucci off the post. Now Ramirez on the left. So second post that Pope John has hit. Heller and Galucci. Ball comes over to Peyton Fox. Now to Mikey Ramirez. Ramirez trying to work his way in. Being guarded by Cole Miller. Miller gives a cross check to the face area of Ramirez. Galucci from Perillo. Jack Galucci, nice move there. Pass to Perillo, now to Ramirez. Pops out of his cross. It's loose. Scrum for it. And Randolph comes away with it. Number 13, Jonathan Ford. Pass upfield to number 7, Vincent Tallman. Anthony Schnabel on him. Now to pass over to number 11, McClendon. Back to Tallman. Now to Manolis. Over to Santoro. Gives it up to Palumbo. Manolis up top, 18, and McClendon, number 11. McClendon, middle of the field. Pass to Santoro. Santoro over to Barnett. Barnett back to Santoro. To McClendon. Elliot McClendon takes a shove from Perillo. Down low, the shot. Saved by O'Leary. The shot by number 5, Palumbo. As it came in, O'Leary closed the legs. And it hit off one of the 2 shins. I don't know which one, mostly the left. Andrew Sanchez picks it up, takes a collision there by number 7, Vincent Tallman. And he got Mark Manolis, who's down, and he may be hurt. Oh, Sanchez taking a huge hit from Tallman there, and it was actually Manolis who got the brunt of it. We're going to take an injury timeout. 7:27 to go in the third quarter. Pope John leads 10-4 over Randolph as the trainers come out. We'll be right back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Pull that bag underneath. Thank you so much. Check collision.
He's bleeding there?
I think so. Thanks so much.
I'm not sure.
Welcome back to Randolph High School in Randolph, New Jersey. We're in injury timeout as number 18. Mark Manolis took a hit down the sideline as there was a scrum for the ball between a Pope John player and a Randolph player. Manolis was involved in it, and he's hit the turf. He's sitting up right now, so that's good to see. We'll wait for him to take his time to stand up, and he's back on his feet, and that's good to see. Applause from the crowd. And they're going to help him walk off the field. So when we return to action, it'll be 7:27 to go in the third quarter. Pope John leading 10-4 over Randolph. We're in the third. Shots on goal, 24-9 in favor of Pope John. Lions 9-1 on the season, looking for their 10th victory. They have one more game against Jefferson on Monday, 4 p.m. from Pope John High School. And then they will head to the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament. They've got 2 rounds off. Buys in the first and second rounds. They'll play in the quarterfinal at Pope John High School next Saturday. It's scheduled right now for 4 p.m. From Pope John High School, Saturday, May 3rd. When we start back up, it'll be Travis Heller with the ball. Just waiting for the referee's whistle. Here we go. Heller with the pass cross field. Over to Magnus Barge. He pops out of the stick. And Schnabel to recover it. Schnabel gives it over to Sanchez. Over to Heller. Here comes Travis Heller. Racing into the Randolph side of the field. Now Canetta on the left. Sam Canetta will slow it down. Pass to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez with it now. Over to Canetta. Down to Fox. Back to Canetta. Fox with it. Canetta again on the left. Sam working his way in. Pass to Fox. Just out of his reach. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Randolph possession. 6:48 to go. Third quarter. 10-4. Pope John over Randolph. The goalkeeper, Petanovich, passes it across to number 13, Jonathan Ford. Ball's in the air. Goes out of bounds. Pope John ball. So the Lions will start out with it. Heller to Galucci. Galucci working his way in on the right. Back to Heller. Up to Canetta up top. Now Ramirez. Rain has started to slow down here, which is good. It's definitely dusk now, twilight time here at Randolph High School. The lights taking full effect. It's always cool to be able to play under the lights. Friday Night Lights, lacrosse style. Here's Canetta. Over to Heller. Heller gets it back. Now to Canetta. Sam Canetta. Pass now over to Mikey Ramirez. Ramirez on the left. Looking to run his way in. To the center. Back to Canetta. Down low to Galucci. And it tips off his stick. Goes to Petanovich. And it lands in the fisherman's net. Here is number 11 for Randolph. Elliot McClendon. Racing up the field. Ramirez on hand. The pass down. Low shot. Score. Vincent Tallman. I'll tell you something. We've got a game here. Randolph has worked their way back. You know, Randolph could have just turned over and went to sleep, so to speak, and just let Pope John have their way. But Randolph has worked their way back into this game. It's 10-5 now, so Pope John still with a 5-goal lead. But with 5.5 minutes in the third quarter, Randolph is pushing. 3 goals by Tallman, 2 by McClendon, and the Rams now down only 5. Well, we'll see how Pope John responds to this. I'm sure head coach Joe Delaferro not too happy. You'll see Coach Delaferro talking with assistant coach Ryan Cummings and JV coach Mike McGovern over there as well. Lions looking for their 10th win. They got one more game before their quarterfinal matchup next Saturday against opponent to be determined. They're the number 1 seed in the 100 Warren Sussex tournament. They made it to the final last year where they lost 9-4 to Sparta. Here's Perillo. Over to Ramirez. Ramirez back to Perillo. Here's Hunter. Pass to Galucci. Now down low to Peyton Fox. Fox to Ramirez. Ramirez being guarded by Cole Miller. Ramirez looking to break his way in. Comes back to the center. Over to Galucci. Galucci looking to get a shot off. Now Ramirez fires over the crossbar. Out of play. Fox is closest with 4:23 to go in the third. Fox over to Heller. Back to Galucci. Jack Galucci on the right wing. Number 54, Jack Manolis guarding. Galucci looking for a clear shot. Takes it. Score! Jack Galucci puts it into the back of the net for his second goal of the game. And the Lions stop the bleeding. They now are up 11-5. So Randolph, who had worked so hard to get back into this game, cutting the lead to 10-5. Pope John responds with a goal from Jack Galucci. And the Lions are up 11-5. Well, Ramirez will take the draw for Pope John. 4:05 to go in the third, and the Lions back up by a half dozen. Ramirez takes the draw against Jack Branham. Wins the face-off again. Here's Ramirez into the Randolph side of the field. Canetta over to Ramirez. Back to Canetta. Pass to Hunter Perillo. Up top to Canetta. Now Ramirez on the right. Travis Heller to Brody Pillock. Back to Heller. Ramirez over to Canetta. Trying to break a hole in the Randolph defense. Pillock faked the shot. Gives it to Heller. Heller scoots around the defenseman. Takes a shot by number 16, Dimitri Apostolopoulos. Perillo. Fans didn't like it in the Pope John section. Here's Perillo. Now to Canetta. Canetta on the left wing. Sam Canetta trotting in. Looking to make his move. Pass back to Ramirez. Over to Heller. Heller with 4 goals today. Canetta's got a pair. Ramirez has 1, so does Pillock. Galucci with 2, and Fox with 1. Canetta down low to Fox. Comes around to Heller, down to Ramirez. 2:28 to go, third quarter. Lions have slowed it down. They can do so with a 6-goal lead. Pillock over to Fox. Now to Canetta. Canetta slows it down. Pass to Ramirez. Now Galucci. Heller fires. Score! Number 5 for Travis Heller. And the Lions take a 12-5 lead. The goal comes off the lacrosse stick of Travis Heller, number 7 for the Lions. His 5th. And the Lions back up by 7, 12-5, with 2:03 remaining in quarter number 3. Travis Heller, who's just had some incredible games this season. 8 goals against Lawrenceville on Tuesday, 5 tonight. A couple of 6-goal games, had an incredible double overtime winning goal against Immaculata in the home opener. Here's Canetta. Now to Gallucci. Pope John on offense again. Gallucci working in to Ramirez. Ramirez down low to Fox. Fox to Canetta. Sam Canetta looking to break his way in. Pass to Fox. Over to Heller. Gives it to Gallucci down to Ramirez as Pope John works it around the world. Canetta looked for a shot. Dumps it off to Fox. Behind the net. Here's Gallucci over to Ramirez. Back to Gallucci. Gives to Heller. Quickly over to Fox. Now to Canetta. Canetta. Back to Ramirez. Pass to Gallucci. Gallucci looking for an opening. Pass to Ramirez. Sends it to Canetta. Fox. Now Heller. Heller looking to break his way in. Pass back to Gallucci. Fires. Save Petanovich. And it's dumped back by his defenseman. So Petanovich gets it, passes it out to number 14. Lands on the turf. And Ramirez scoops it up. 38 seconds to go. Pope John back on offense. And head coach Joe Della Fera calls time. 36 seconds to go. Quarter number 3. Pope John leads 12-5. We'll take a break and be right back with you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Randolph High School in Randolph, New Jersey. We are at John De Silva Memorial Field for Pope John Lions Lacrosse. Mike Formasano along with you, calling today's game. Thank you so much for being here. Friday Night Lights, lacrosse style. Pope John Lions leading on Randolph Senior Night, 12-5. Travis Heller with another amazing game, 5 goals. Sam Canetta with a pair. So is Jack Gallucci. And the Lions with a 7-goal lead, 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Mikey Ramirez with it, who has been incredible on faceoff wins again tonight. Canetta down low to Fox, gives it to Heller. Heller cross to Gallucci. Gallucci on the right wing. This Pope John squad has been named the top seed of the upcoming 100 in Orange Sussex tournament. Heller off the post. Oh, it rings iron. And we back up as the ball comes out of bounds. And 8 seconds to go. Pope John with one last chance here. Here's Canetta racing in. 6 seconds to go. Takes a shove by number 11, Randolph. The shot in front. Fox got a piece of it. And number 11 taking an extra swipe on Sam Canetta, who did not like that. That was Elliot McClendon. So McClendon and Canetta getting into it. McClendon not liking that as the referee's telling him to get off the field. So I think McClendon may have been thrown out. We'll see. We've got one more quarter to go here at Randolph High School in Randolph, New Jersey. It's the Pope John Lions 12 and the Randolph Rams 5. We'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Randolph High School in Randolph, New Jersey at John DeSilva Memorial Field. For Pope John Lions Lacrosse, Mike Formersano along with you, calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday Night Lights special lacrosse style. The Pope John Lions lead the Randolph Rams on Randolph Senior Night, 12-5. Travis Heller with 5 goals, Jack Lucci with 2, Sam Canetta with 2. The Lions on their way. Shots on goal after 3 quarters, 30-10 in favor of the Lions. It's now Pope John going left to right in their white jerseys with gold numbers, blue trim, the blue shorts, and the golden domes, the golden helmets. And they're going left to right. Randolph in their blue and white uniforms, and they're going right to left. Here's Ramirez on the draw again as we start the fourth quarter. Ramirez wins it one more time. Mikey Ramirez into Randolph territory. Pass back to Galucci. Jack Galucci across to Sam Canetta. Here's Canetta with it on the left. Now down low to Peyton Fox. Fox with it. Over to Heller. Heller to Galucci. Galucci gives to Ramirez. Now Canetta. Ramirez back to Canetta. Canetta on the left. Pass down low to Fox. Heller. Lions taking their time. They can do so with a 7-goal lead. Here's Heller. Fires off the post again. Heller rings iron for the second time today. We're a minute in to the fourth quarter. Lions up by 7. Here's Canetta down low to Fox. To Heller. Heller fires wide left. Goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Pope John ball. So the Lions play on Monday, 4 p.m. at home against Jefferson Township. And then they will await the winner of the 8-9 matchups in the first 2 rounds of the 101 Sussex tournament. They are the top seed, the Lions. And if they win that game on Saturday, May 3rd, they advance to the semifinals on May 6th. The final at Lenape Valley High School, May 10th. Here's Fox. Pass across to Canetta. Sam Canetta to Peyton Fox. Now to Travis Heller. Fox. Canetta on the left. Pass low. Here's Heller. Travis Heller. Over to Fox. Now Canetta. Shot. Save Petanovich. Oh, no, it's actually a different goalie. Number 3 in there now for Randolph. Matthew DeVos. McClendon, who was not thrown out. Oh, big hit on number 29 by Andrew Sanchez. Right near the head area, and the referee's going to ring him up for that. So a penalty on Sanchez, and Randolph will go to a power play. So tomorrow on the channel, 11 a.m., please join us for Pope John Lions girls softball. It is a charity game. It's on the schedule, but it's a charity game against Morristown at Mount Olive High School. And the charity is to go ahead and raise money for Alzheimer's research. So I encourage you to go out to Mount Olive High School to take a look at the game and to help the cause. And if you can't get out there, go ahead and join us here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, and you can watch the game. So we'll be out there for that. And then Monday, senior night for boys baseball. It'll be Pope John and Chatham from the baseball diamond on 4:30 on Monday. Tuesday, girls lacrosse, the second round of the Huntington Warren Sussex tournament, as the girls lacrosse team will play the winner of Kittatinny versus North Warren. Pass across to Santoro, the shot, score. Santoro from McClendon on the power play. And Randolph makes it 12-6. So Randolph's been game. They've been hanging in there all day long. And the Rams do trail by a half dozen, but they've been scoring. The goal from Anthony Santoro, who's a sophomore, so finally get a goal on senior night for Randolph that's not from a senior. 12-6, Lions lead, 9.5 to go. The next Thursday will be senior night for girls lacrosse. They take on Lenape Valley. We'll be there for that. And baseball, Hudson Catholic on Friday. And then Huntington Warren Sussex tournament action on Saturday, May 3rd. We'll see what the brackets say and what happens with that. Ball knocked out of Mikey Ramirez's cross, and McClendon picks it up for Randolph on the right wing. Elliot McClendon, pass down low. Now to Santoro. Pass off to number 22, Trevor Quanzo. Now Barnett. Quanzo gives it off to Santoro. Barnett. Pass to McClendon on the left. Down low, the shot. Wide left. And Tallman is closest. We're down to less than 9 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Pope John up 12-6. Randolph pushing the issue, trying to find a way back in this game. Santoro. Pass across to Everett Palumbo. Palumbo, center of the field. Now to McClendon. If you wanted offense, this is the game to see. 12-6. Pass down low. Saved by O'Leary. And it bounces over the crossbar and behind the net. Picked up by Andrew Sanchez, who gives it back to the Pope John goalkeeper. What a save by Daniel O'Leary. So we're talking offense, and there we go. Get some defense there. And now we got a flag down against Randolph. Delayed penalty call. Pass up to Hunter Perillo. Goes out of bounds. Randolph possession, but we've got a foul on the play, and a referee from the near side racing over to have a conference with another referee. 8:04 to go, fourth quarter. 12-6, Pope John leads over Randolph. And now the referee is going over to the coaches on the Randolph sideline to explain. Randolph not happy about it. Oh, plenty of action upcoming on the channel. We had a good week, Diamond Week. 3-1 Pope John was this week on games that we showed. Monday, they beat the baseball team beat Mendham 8-4. On Tuesday, we were at Sparta, where the girls softball team defeated the Spartans 8-3. Wednesday, softball home against North Hunterdon. It was the dreaded Lions versus Lions matchup. Well, the Lions won 10-1, the Pope John Lions. And then Thursday, great ball game at Bergen Catholic at Breslin Field in Lyndhurst. And unfortunately for Pope John, they fell 6-5 to Bergen Catholic. Highly contested game. It was really, really close. So, should be exciting to see what baseball and softball does for the Huntington Warren Sussex. Excited about the girls coming up, second round matchup. But this boys lacrosse team is something special about it. 9-1, and they lead tonight 12-6, looking for their 10th win. You know, head coach Joe Delaferra came into the program 2 years ago, and he said, we're not just interested in winning a championship. We're interested in building dynasties. And that's what they're working towards. They're on their way. Galucci, it's knocked out of his cross. Long way to go, and there's a lot of talented teams in New Jersey, no doubt. But you tell me this team at 9-1, the way they've played, is not in the top 20 in the state? That's crazy to me. Here's Heller. And it's knocked out of his cross, and DeVos picks it up for Randolph. And now it's Sam Canetta after him. He loses it, but picked up by number 40, Jack Brennan. Now over to 29, Cole Miller. Miller in the Pope John side of the field, the pass across to Everett Palumbo. Palumbo. Now to Barnett, the shot. Wide left. O'Leary may have gotten a piece of it. And it's going to be Pope John ball. 6:59 to go, fourth quarter. Pope John leads by a half dozen, 12-6. They've got a dozen in their basket. They're looking for a baker's dozen now. Pass to Galucci. Tallman racing after him. Galucci crosses the midfield line. Pass over to Perillo, who draws the penalty. The hit by number 54, Jack Manolis. I haven't seen Mark Manolis since that third quarter hit, so I hope he's all right. Here's Heller. It was definitely a big collision, so. Here's Mikey Ramirez. Pass over to Travis Heller. Now Galucci. Fox below the net. Behind it. Perillo. Galucci to Heller. Heller on the right wing. Back up top to Ramirez. Now to Perillo. Working the ball around. Over to Heller. Ramirez comes in to Heller. Fires. Saved by DeVos. That may have been going wide left, but either way, Matthew DeVos getting that big fisherman net there to stop the ball. And a great shot by Heller. Saved by DeVos. Score remains 12-6. Pope John's going to get the ball back, though. It's going to go over to Galucci. Here's Heller. Heller. Ramirez fires. Bounce shot goes wide left. Pope John's closest. Clock's down to 5:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. We are in full dusk right now. Last remnants of the sun going away for the day. Ramirez looking to shoot. Bounce shot over the crossbar, way over the crossbar. He didn't get a good angle on it. Goes out of bounds. Pope John's closest. Here we go. Fox to Canetta. Fires. Wide left. Out of bounds. Hits the back fence. Heller's closest. Goes to the corner and now comes back out with it. Travis Heller, 5 goals on the day. Back to Ramirez. Now to Pillock. Over to Canetta. Down low. Galucci shot. Score! Jack Galucci, the hat trick. And the Pope John Lions lead 13-6. Oh, Galucci with a shot right to the top part of the net. Nice goal by Jack Galucci. A hat trick for him. And Pope John up 13-6. Time of the goal, 5:08 remaining, fourth quarter. So hat tricks tonight for Heller and Galucci. And then the other 5 goals, 2 from Canetta, Pillock, Ramirez, and Fox. Five for Heller, 3 for Galucci, 2 for Canetta, and a 1 each for the other remaining players, as I said. Pillock. Ramirez now over to Galucci. Jack pass into Heller. Galucci underhands it to Ramirez with 4:48 remaining. Now Galucci. Over to Heller. Galucci passes to Ramirez, over to Perillo. Around to Fox, down to Heller. Ramirez to Galucci. Heller gives it to Fox, back to Heller. Galucci fires off the post. Oh, the second time Galucci's rung iron tonight. Heller brings it back in. 4:09 to go, fourth quarter. Peyton Fox. Over to Heller. Heller fires. Score! Travis Heller with his 6th goal of the game. Heller scores with 4 minutes remaining exactly. And Pope John has opened up their lead to 14-6. Heller with another amazing offensive game. 6 goals for him, 3 for Galucci, 2 for Canetta, as the Lions have built an outstanding offensive attack. 14-6 over Randolph here. 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's a face-off. Scrum for it. Goes backwards, and Pope John is going to win it as Galucci picks it up. Ramirez would not lose that. Number 11, McClendon, had it. He was trying to scoop it up, but Ramirez diligent to make sure he did. Heller fires! Save DeVos. Wow, the save on that low shot as Heller was looking for number 7. He's going to come in, try and chop it away from DeVos. Can't do so. Ball goes to the far sideline. It's held in bounds. Scrum for it. And now it comes over to Pope John. Is Magnus Bars. Bars over to Andrew Sanchez. Sanchez with the long pole racing up the field. Over the midfield line, taking a swat by number 7, Vincent Tallman. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Randolph ball. So here's number 22 for Randolph, Trevor Quanzo. Racing in on Heller. Heller takes a swat. Now another. Knocks it loose. Good play by Heller. Heller up to Galucci. Galucci racing in. Pass across to Heller, and it popped out of his cross. Stolen away by Jonathan Ford. Here's Ford for Randolph. The pass over to 5 to Palumbo. Palumbo, the shot, deflected. We got a penalty call. Ramirez picks it up. So a slashing call against Anthony Schnabel, and Randolph will go to the man advantage. 2:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Pope John up 14-6. Shots on goal now 38-14 in favor of Pope John. Dominating offensive display by the Lions. Good goaltending by Randolph, though. Seriously, 38 shots. The goals are only 14. It's not terrible. Shot by McClendon goes wide. Meanwhile, Randolph has had 14 shots on net, and they have scored 6 times. So, Daniel O'Leary with 8 saves. Rain's starting to fall heavier here. Running clock now, 2:25 to go. Here's Tallman. Tallman to Palumbo. I mean, just only be running because we're in action. McClendon over to Tallman. McClendon back. Oh, what a save by Daniel O'Leary. That cross came up in a blink of an eye. It was ticketed for the top left corner, and when the shot came off the stick, O'Leary's cross was down, covering the lower part of the net. He raised that so fast. So fast. Now Hunter Perillo on the far side, looking to get in on the action. He slides down and is hit on the top of the head by number 40, Jack Bradham. We got a whistle. As Randolph takes possession, they call time. 96 ticks left in the fourth quarter. 14-6, Pope John over Randolph. We'll take a break and be right back on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Randolph High School in Randolph, New Jersey. We are at John De Silva Memorial Field. We are under the lights for Friday night's, let me say that again, Friday Night Lights lacrosse style. Mike Formasano along with you calling tonight's action. As you can see, it's getting towards the end of the night. We called 2 games. It's been a long day out here, so looking forward to some dinner. Minute 34 to go. The Lions lead 14-6. The Friday Night Lights special lacrosse style here. Here is Barnett. Pass out to number 21. Over to McClendon. Down low. Popped out of Tallman's crease, and there is Buggy Bars. He'll flip it over to Daniel O'Leary. Minute 15 remains. Fourth quarter. Lions up by 8. Pass over. Intercepted by number 21. That is Connor Decker. That ball downfield. The shot by Ramirez goes out of bounds. Randolph's closest. 1 minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. Pass over to DeVos out of his net. He'll launch it downfield over to 29. Cole Miller out of his reach, goes out of bounds. Pope John ball. Lions looking to lock up their 10th win of the season against 1 loss. And go 4-0 in the NJILL Waterman Division. So we start up. Sanchez with the pass back to O'Leary. O'Leary launches over to Muggy Bars. Bars in the Randolph side of the field. Pass over to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez with 38 ticks to go. Coming in on Barnett. He'll reverse back around. 30 seconds to go. Barnett all over Ramirez. Ramirez. Pass over to Brody Pillock. Down low to Gallucci. Gallucci over to Pillock. Pillock, he's got an opening. Racing in the shot. Score! Brody Pillock, goal number 2 on the game. The freshman opens and closes the scoring. 13 seconds to go. Pillock scores the first, and he scores the last. 15-6, Pope John over Randolph. 13 seconds to go. And that is barring somebody running up the field and scoring in the next 13 seconds, which could happen. But if they don't, then that comment makes me look smart. If not, then I don't. I got egg on my face. Here's the face-off. Ramirez wins it. 10 seconds to go. He'll take it to the right corner. Ramirez looking to break in. He'll run behind. 3 seconds to. That's the ball game. There's the buzzer. The pride has spoken. The Pope John Lions turn back the Randolph Rams on Randolph Senior Night, and they lock down their 10th win of the season. Final score, the Pope John Lions 15, the Randolph Rams 6. For the Lions, they go to 10-1 overall. They are 4-0 in the NJILL Waterman Division. The Randolph Rams drop to 0-7, 0-4 in the Waterman. One more game for Pope John before the Huntington and Warren Sussex tournament games. They will play Jefferson on Monday, 4 p.m. at Pope John High School, varsity and JV. Jefferson Township coming into Sparta to take on the Pope John Lions Monday, 4 p.m. On the channel this week on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Tomorrow we'll be at Mount Olive High School for a charity game, Pope John softball against Morristown for research for Alzheimer's. So please come out to Mount Olive High School for that. That's at 11 a.m. Or watch the game on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Pope John softball tomorrow, 11 a.m. On Monday, it'll be senior night for boys baseball, so we'll be there for that. They will take on the Chatham Cougars, Pope John and Chatham baseball at Pope John High School, 4:30 on Monday. Tuesday, the girls lacrosse team, the number 7 seed in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament, will play the winner of Kittatinny, number 10, and North Warren, number 15, who plays their first round game tomorrow. Second round matchup, Pope John and the winner of Kittatinny and North Warren on Tuesday at Pope John High School. Wednesday, we're open unless there's a baseball or softball game for the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. Girls lacrosse senior night on Thursday against Lenape Valley. And then Friday, baseball against Hudson Catholic. And then Hunterdon Warren Sussex action on Saturday. Pope John boys lacrosse will not play until the quarterfinals on Saturday, May 3rd. So there you go. You're all caught up. And I'm going home to get some dinner. For everybody here at John DeSilva Memorial Field in Randolph, New Jersey, and Randolph High Schools, Mike Formersano saying thanks for watching. The Pope John Lions win their 10th game of the season. They defeat the Randolph Rams 15-6. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for some Pope John Lions softball. Have a good night on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube.